Okay, enjoy. Hit the start streaming button, so that's gonna start going.
I don't know if
Oh,
you sent down enough tweets there, Ben.
sometimes I just gotta do all of the tweeting all at once. I forget that Twitch tweets when I start streaming, but I also don't care. So there is that. People will see. And look at that. Austin retweeted because he's a good guy. Thanks for the retweet,
I'm getting
Austin.
I'm gonna retweet Austin's tweet.
There you go.
That's fine. You do whatever
I
you
always
want,
do.
Kenny. I know. I know. I'm gonna start trying this. Oh, look at that. There's a retweet from Mike. Do. Bitcoin? No, account. And there is a quoted tweet by Kenny. Let's take a look and see what it says, everybody. You're just okay. That's fine. You know, nobody that doesn't follow me that follows you is going to see
And
that
I don't
tweet,
care.
right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You do whatever you want.
I always do.
I know. All right,
It eats you inside, doesn't it, Ben?
Are you guys?
Why did you go live and then
Yeah,
went offline?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. I'm sitting here watching the Twitch stream. It said online. It said live, and then all of a sudden we're not.
What?
Yeah,
really?
It's live right now
Is it?
on Twitch. Yeah,
Let me refresh the page.
Jeez.
and it's
There it goes.
it's kind of zoomed in on me and Kenny. Like it's just showing like just our faces.
I'm not getting
kinda-
any video.
Kind of weird
Well,
looking.
Let's see. Well, I can't make you any smaller, Mike.
Do I need to push my laptop back?
And I also can't make Kenny any smaller.
I can't see me. I can't
In
see,
that
so
square.
I don't have video.
Yeah. It's okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's
Ben.
okay. Are you guys
No.
ready to get this started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It's another nerdy night as the Round Table joins you live from the fields of Hyrule. I'll be your hero of the evening, Ben, the Ridiculous Riddick. Joining me at the Round Table, his ocarina skills still make me wet, if you know what I'm saying, Mike DeMarco.
Thanks, I guess. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no problem. His ginger beard rivals that of Ganondorf himself, sweet baby Kenny Haynes.
How's it going?
And thanks, Kenny. And hey, you better listen, or Austin Perna is going to annoy the shit out of you. Tonight we are all bringing our own topics to the table, but before we do, let's talk about our active quests. You know, the thing that took over the "What the hell are you doing with your life" segment. So, Mike, you were here for
Yes, I
E3
was.
predictions a while ago. So why don't we go ahead and start with you? What nerdy things are you doing with your
Oh,
life right now?
jeez. Well, I just moved. We talked about it during E3, but I was about to move. So the move is
Oh,
I'm
that's
in
right,
DC
you're
now. Yeah,
DC
Maryland
right?
actually, just outside the border.
Ooh.
Successful
Cool.
move. We're all moved in, getting settled. I'm looking for work now, so I'm spending a lot of time just sitting around the house watching TV and movies and playing games when I can.
Oh god, that
Oh,
sounds
it's pretty bad.
horrible.
Applaud.
My wallet doesn't like it.
I could understand that for sure.
My wallet doesn't like a lot of things.
Austin,
I do,
it's yeah. Austin, it's been a really long time since.
Yeah, I
we've
know.
had
I've
you
been
on the
radio
show.
silent in general. God.
Yeah, what have you
Man,
been
I
doing?
hate to steal the thunder, but I've also been moving, but I also have a job, and so it was a lot of getting situated with the new job, and then moving, and then for a while I didn't have internet or anything, so it was a lot of that, and then yeah, so it was just like being busy in general and not having time to really do anything fun.
Well,
Yeah,
that sucks.
But that
But you're gonna
I'm
start
an
having
adult
fun
now, and I hear that adults don't have fun. So
Well, then I guess I'm not an adult
Yeah.
yet because I'm having a blast
That's
I'm
depressing.
right
not, so I think I just became an adult.
now. Damn it. How about you, Kenny? What things have you
Since
been
I
doing?
haven't been on the show for a while. I haven't.
Yeah.
I have been buying a place so I can move. So starting in a couple of weeks, I'll be moving. So then I won't be able to be on the show again for a while.
Yeah. That's gonna be great.
Other than that, I've been playing a shit ton of Destiny.
oh God, oh that game, oh my God,
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Rainbow Six to come out. It's
I'm
biding my
I'm
time.
done with
Kenny.
Destiny.
You went to the lighthouse.
I
for
did.
the
I
first
went to
time.
the lighthouse and I saw the light.
You saw the light. You were taken to the promised land.
I mean, it wasn't really that promised, but
I think it's a really neat place, but it's a shame that there's not more that you can do there. Other
What
than
a
open
shock.
the chest and maybe. get
oh,
something
Destiny
you want.
builds something
Yeah.
you can look at, but has no real functionality to it.
Absolutely. Doesn't that sound fun?
But don't worry, you can read 20 Grimoire cards to learn about it.
This is true. The grimoire is great. The grimoire is grand. The grimoire is strong. The state of the grimoire is strong. And then for me, I went to Florida. I hung out with sweet baby Kenny last week. We did the whole Universal, did the Harry Potter land
Yep.
stuff. I too have played some Destiny, but this morning I decided no more Destiny for a little bit. I'm kind of getting sick of it. There's nothing for me there. I keep playing it, but there's nothing there.
Joining the
So,
game.
what?
Big side quitting.
Modulation.
You're breaking up a
crazy.
bit, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Oh man, I should just stop talking then.
It's becoming a robot.
Well, that I understood completely. But no, so I think I'm gonna actually finish playing through Halo 1 through 4 because I do really want to play those games, and I've never played Halo 4, and Halo 5 is coming out, so got to get some of that done. And I'm sure my wife will be incredibly happy not to see Destiny on the TV for a little while. So, yeah. Yay! No Destiny for a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. This week we're trying a kind of a slightly new format where everyone is bringing their own topic to the table that we're going to talk about for a bit. And I just thought it would be a fun thing to do. And I think, Kenny, why don't we go ahead and start with your
Sure,
topic?
why not?
Because I feel like it's going to be a good one to start with. So what topic? What do you want to talk about
Beanie
today,
Babies.
Kenny?
No,
Beanie Babies.
we'll talk about upcoming comic book movies.
Okay.
So we just had Ant-Man come out. I've not gotten to see it yet, but I'm excited to go see it. I heard
It was awesome.
Has anyone else seen
Yes.
Ant-Man?
Yes,
Okay,
I have.
Mike, you've seen it?
It was
a
so
fantastic
good.
movie, wasn't
That's
it?
what I heard, but I don't want to focus on anything that's recently come out, but rather stuff that hasn't come out yet, and
Right.
thoughts about that.
Okay. Anything in particular that you had that you
So-
wanted to talk about?
The first, I want to start off strong here. So I want to know what all of your opinions on the upcoming Deadpool movie is going to be. The trailer leaked from Comic-Con along with a bunch of other trailers, but it leaked. But today we got to see a trailer for the trailer, and
I hate that concept. It's so
the trailer.
dumb.
Yeah.
It's
See,
a teaser
but
for a trailer.
yes, but that's
Yep.
the spirit
It's-
of Deadpool.
yeah.
Like that's what Deadpool like. It's beautiful because we're getting.
What the hell just happened? What the hell? I lost you guys.
Lose
Sometimes-
you.
I don't know, Ben.
fuck?
Come on.
It like all computer sounds ceased for a second, so no one in the Twitch stream was able to hear you guys.
Computer
either.
sounds, but what does that have anything to do with our voices? It'll just know.
Well, because you're
It'll just take
You meant
care of
all
the,
the
like,
sound
the
output
ROMs,
on his
Okay.
computer.
like everything spinning in the background, right? That's all you meant. Whirring
Yep. Yeah.
on the machines.
That's right. So, anyways,
So
back
Deadpool.
it up. You were talking about Deadpool.
So
yeah.
I want to know after finding out we're going to see the official trailer in all its HD glory tomorrow. After seeing the trailer for the trailer today, I want to know your opinions on the movie in general. I personally think it's going to be an awesome movie. I can't wait. I like.
Did you catch the leaked
Yes.
trailer from Comic-Con? The like
Yes,
shaky cam
I have
one?
seen that trailer. I like Ryan Reynolds, even though he didn't do that. Well, I mean, he didn't do that great in Green Lantern, but I also think that's a script writing thing.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault at all.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that's partly him, but I mean, he takes direction as an actor, so I don't really fault him in that. But I think the Deadpool stuff looks great.
I think that I have to agree, and I think Deadpool is a character that will serve movies really well, especially with all of the like fourth wall breaking that Deadpool does just in the comics. It's going to be hilarious watching, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool stare at the screen and communicate with the audience.
It's
as
the
well as
perfect
with the
time for
movie.
that right now too, because what you keep hearing is after every movie gets announced now, it's superhero fatigue, and now we get to have a superhero movie where the superhero, the main character, is going to shit talk about superhero movies the entire time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be great. It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
fantastic.
I'm super
Super
excited about it.
I'm
and super
anti-excited about it, but
Oh,
really,
okay.
I'm excited about it.
And I do agree. I think Ryan Reynolds is going to be great. I love the cheesy line. Just don't make the suit CG, and don't make it green,
Yeah.
or whatever it was that line was. That just
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome to watch. Like Mike said,
Oh, sorry,
just
keep going.
watch a superhero movie, shit talk superhero movies for 2.5 hours.
It's gonna be
or
great.
however long.
I'm
the
really
movie's
looking forward
gonna
to
be.
it.
And I think the line is don't make it green and don't make me animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Have any of you guys read any of the Deadpool comics?
No.
Not lately.
Just out of curiosity? No. I will say I haven't read a lot of Deadpool comics, but when Marvel rebooted a bunch of characters, the first run of comics from Deadpool is called Dead Presidents. I highly, highly, highly recommend reading it because essentially historic presidents of the United States are coming back as zombies, and Deadpool is fighting them, and it's fantastic. Cool. I mean, you essentially get to see Deadpool beat the shit out of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and it's great.
Because why not?
It really is great. Yeah, why not? If any superhero is going to do it, it's going to have to be Deadpool.
So another movie, which I mean, there's so many to talk about that are just going to come out in 2016 alone. But before I move on
I'm looking at a list. There are 7.
There's a
movies
lot, and it's a very wide range of movies as well. Before we go to another one that I think is going to be pretty good, I just want to know if you guys have any opinion other than it's going to be terrible about a particular movie, and that's going to be the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And I want you to keep in mind that the studio is so confident in this movie, they've already signed to make a Fantastic Four 2 movie that will release in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came out before we saw the trailer. They re-signed that before we saw the trailer to the first one.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'll jump in.
Wait.
Yeah, go for it.
So I do think there's probably some backdoor stuff going on there, because if you know anything about the Marvel deals with the other studios and stuff, the reason they're making the Fantastic Four at all is because they want to keep the license.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now that they don't they technically don't have Spider-Man. Fantastic Four is kind of all they have. So
Well, they're
Yeah.
co-producing.
Yes.
They're co-producing
Exactly,
the
but-
Spider-Man one, so they
But they don't
still
have the
have it.
sole like ownership now. Like they're sharing it with Marvel, and it's going to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everything. So
I lost you guys again. What the hell is going on with my sound? This is really pissing me off.
They can still see us, right?
It's going in and out. Yeah, they can still see you. So continue. I'm sorry. I mentioned.
I'm definitely worried about Fantastic Four, but I think that's why they're like, it doesn't matter how bad the list was. We're just gonna do another one after that because we need to keep making Fantastic Four movies, no matter what.
Yeah. I just find it weird because it's been like it's been 5 years.
They're probably right at the edge of the limit.
Oh, 7
that
years.
they need to make another one. The same thing
Yeah,
happened with Amazing Spider-Man.
It's gonna be dreadful.
Yeah. Well, Amazing Spider-Man was good
Yes,
though.
it was good.
And I will say,
Amazing.
Spider-Man was shit. Amazing Spider-Man.
No,
awesome.
you gotta
So
break those movies
I
in.
do
You can't
have
just lump all of
high.
Spider-Man together and been like, that was good, and then Amazing Spider-Man, and then is bad. Like the first.
He said the opposite, actually, Austin.
No. I
Okay,
said
no,
the
I'm
exact
saying.
opposite.
No,
I'm saying.
no.
I
you're-
said the Tobey
done.
Maguire Spider-Man was
Okay,
garbage.
the
Hot
original,
trash.
the first one was okay.
No.
It was
No.
The third was shit. The third
No,
was shit.
It was wrong.
It went down, but the first one, Tobey Maguire, it was okay.
I think you need to go back and watch the first
No.
one because it was good because it was the only thing we had other than the original X-Men movie. So yeah, it was good.
Which was fantastic.
Okay.
Not to be confused with
But,
Fantastic Four.
I don't think either of those movies have aged well now that we have so many superhero movies. They're not really high up
Yeah.
on the list.
Okay, I'll agree.
So
I do have high hopes for Fantastic Four though. I mean, it looks better than the original. I mean, not that that's
Yeah.
difficult to do, but it does
Yeah,
look like
but
it'll
it's
be
always
better.
going to-
I mean, the thing that you have to remember about the Fantastic Four though also is the comic books are incredibly hokey. Like incredibly hokey.
I
mean,
don't care.
if-
I like hokey stuff. Like I love hokey movies. Yet for some reason it still doesn't do it for me. So,
Yeah.
but another movie which I'm skipping over a bunch of them that probably should be mentioned, but because this one not an obscure character, but not one that everyone would think would be getting a movie right now. And again, I'd love to mention Batman and everything like that. But what do you guys think about Gambit getting his own movie?
Oh my god. Okay. So, let me tell you something. They have tried to make standalone Gambit comics on 3 separate occasions, all of which have completely tanked because Gambit is not an interesting character
Yeah.
on his own. Okay, he's just not a cool character. And on top of that, I got really excited earlier this week because there was talk that Channing Tatum was no longer going to be Gambit, and then literally the next day they said, "Okay, Channing Tatum has completely signed on for Gambit now." I'm like, "What? What? This is just bullshit."
More
I
backdoor
hate
dealings
this.
for more money.
I mean, and if you've watched any of the interviews or anything like that, they talk about how they don't want to incorporate Gambit in the upcoming X-Men Apocalypse because they want to start him as his own character first, and then introduce him into the X-Men.
That doesn't make
trilogy
any
movies.
sense. Gambit's not that big of a character.
No, it doesn't.
And
He's
that's the
not.
biggest argument.
And he's
Is
completely
that every other
unimportant.
character that has gotten well, not that there's really any origins out there for X-Men other than Wolverine.
Wolverine.
But
that Fantastic Origins movie, which
but
had
yeah,
Gambit in it, by the way, if anyone remembers.
but
Who not a terrible Gambit.
Not a terrible.
Like, I would much rather
Yeah,
have the guy
Taylor
who played
Kitsch.
Gambit in Wolverine Origins, thank you, play Gambit than
I
Channing
liked
Tatum.
him
I mean-
as Gambit, but I didn't like the way they wrote Gambit in that movie.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
No.
I mean, I would think that I'm surprised. I would think they'd want to like test him out in X-Men Apocalypse, which looks like it's going to be a fantastic movie, and kind of
Olivia
test
Munn
the.
as
Oh yeah, it is. Gonna
What's
be an
that?
awesome movie.
Olivia Munn as Psylocke looks amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually pretty excited about Sophie Turner playing Jean Grey. Also, like I think as far as Jean Greys go, I think she'll make a good young Jean Grey.
Like I think
much better than Famke Janssen.
I think they're making a lot of good decisions with X-Men lately, and
Yeah.
hopefully this will continue with it. But I mean, apparently it's not, because we're going to get a Gambit movie.
And we're about to lose Wolverine too.
What's that?
Apocalypse and then Wolverine 3, and then Hugh Jackman's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new Wolverine.
You think they're going to bring a new Wolverine and not just kill him off?
It's going to be interesting to see. No, I thought Hugh Jackman was out of this of Wolverine.
No,
3
that's his
also.
last movie. They're starting to shoot that right now. They already finished Apocalypse, and then he's starting to shoot Wolverine 3 right now, and then that's the final movie.
What do you think?
I would be willing to bet that they figure out how to, like, somehow Wolverine starts digressing in age, so that they can use a younger actor for
But
Wolverine.
so who would they use?
All of a sudden?
To be
I don't know. Like
younger Hugh Jackman. I mean,
I don't know. Does Hugh Jackman have any
they'd
kids?
have to go back in time and teleport younger Hugh Jackman.
Like X-Men 1, Hugh Jackman, just bring him back.
Yeah.
25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah. What's up, Packled Felhoady? I don't even know how to say your name, dude. But you're
so
here.
now that we've talked about like X-Men and we really haven't gone into Apocalypse at all, but what do you think about the possible and not possible crossovers to Deadpool? I mean, because it doesn't look like there's going to be much. There's going to be.
I don't think.
There's
really
Colossus.
Necessary.
He's going to be in Deadpool.
Yes, yeah, but
that's true. Is that going to be Daniel?
I'm not
Padmore
sure.
Again?
I'm not sure if they've said.
Okay.
I don't know if they have either. But I think that's probably what we'll find out, because again, we got sneak peeks of all the supporting characters in the leaked trailer, but it was kind of hard to see, so we'll probably find out more tomorrow about that.
Right.
But I mean, I wish they'd bring a little bit more into it, kind of the way Deadpool was in the beginning of X-Men. Yeah, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool. But if they don't, they don't. But hopefully we can see some crossover with that too.
I'm sure they will, because they're going to try and do what Marvel's doing.
The really neat part about what they've done with X-Men is that Days of Future Past, they just completely, in a way that makes sense, rebooted the entire X-Men universe,
which needed to happen,
so that they can make it. Absolutely did, because there was some stuff going on that was kind of dumb. Like all of
that's
X-Men,
a trend
X3.
right now that I actually really am a fan of. Like rebooting series in canon of the series. Like, it's amazing. They did it in X-Men. They did it in Terminator.
I haven't seen Terminator yet.
Well, I mean, that's not a spoiler or anything. Like, the movie is the first movie again, but different. Yeah.
Oh no!
It's awesome.
Know.
It was really well done.
Yeah. Hopefully we can see some more of that. Maybe with a Fantastic Four movie.
You were talking about the. Yeah, maybe that's where we'll get lucky. Hey, it's Fox also. Maybe they'll start tying Fantastic Four into X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, and while we're at it, we can just since it's Fox, we can tie in Gotham too. I mean,
buddy,
it doesn't have to make sense anymore.
Let's talk about that.
It doesn't have to make sense anymore. Just throw all the.
Throw it all there.
Yeah,
they're all comics. They all belong together, no matter what.
It's how it seems at Fox. But what were you saying, Ben?
Talking about kind of minor-ish characters getting their own movie. How do you feel about the Doctor Strange movie that's coming out at the end of next year?
I don't know too much about Doctor Strange. That's the thing. Like, I mean,
That's what they're banking on, though. A lot of people didn't know about Ant-Man. A lot of people didn't know about Guardians of the Galaxy. Like,
yeah.
they're trying to bring. They're coming. They're Black Panther's coming too. You know, a lot of characters that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I have issues
You have
with Black
issues?
Panther.
They've already set that up. For
I
two
have
movies.
issues
Like,
that they're
it's ready
making
to
a
happen.
Black Panther. No, I know. But you know the only reason that they set up Black Panther movies is because they did not have rights to Spider-Man.
That's true.
Like, Black Panther 1 and 2 would have been
It's-
Spider-Man movies if they had had the rights.
But I don't think it's a bad thing.
I think it's a stupid thing. I just... It's another character like Gambit. He's not a character that should be
Who, Black
on his
Panther?
own. You know? Yeah. And I would have imagined that Fox would have done a Black Panther movie. Just because Black Panther has so much more to do with the X-Men than he does with the Avengers.
I mean, what do you think about Doctor Strange?
I love the character of Doctor Strange, and I mean, my theory is they're going to introduce the character of Doctor Strange in Captain America: Civil War, because Doctor Strange does play a fairly large role in the comic towards the end of that run, especially with Spider-Man. So I would not be surprised if we saw Doctor Strange in there, and I'm really excited because isn't the rumor that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor
is he?
Strange?
That's not a rumor.
Is that still the rumor?
That's fact.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Okay. So even more
I don't.
so.
I don't see that happening in Civil
um,
War though, because he's gonna have an origin movie at the end of 2016. So he's not gonna be Doctor Strange yet
I wouldn't. So
during Civil War.
I mean, like they might be able to tie it in depending
Yeah.
on where they go back. Like they don't have to follow timeline. Right?
They already dropped
That
his
they
name
never
in the
have.
movie before, so like, see, that's true. That's
yes, they did.
that might mess with the timeline.
They did that. What was that? That was Captain America
Yeah, it
2,
was Winter
or
Soldier.
Winter Soldier, right? where it showed up on the screen and it was like there's a doctor in New York.
Well, no,
that's-
when the Hydra spy says his name when he gets like interrogated on the rooftop.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that
Yeah.
now.
So I mean, like they probably could introduce him as Doctor Strange in the new Captain America movie, and then people get a little bit more of a taste of him, and they go, "Oh, well, now here's an origin."
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that though, because that movie's
So,
already going to be
well-
really huge. Like
Uh,
Civil War is Avengers
Civil War?
2.5, literally.
It's going exactly. I like looking at that. That is absolutely 100% Avengers.
Everybody's
2.5.
in it. The entire second group of Avengers are in it, plus Ant-Man, plus Black Panther, plus Spider-Man. Like, it's going to be a huge movie.
Yeah. Are there any other superhero movies you want to
I
talk
mean,
about, Kenny?
like we can keep going. I like there's.
Suicide Squad.
There's
I mean,
a-
we will.
The two
we
big
can,
ones
we can
are-
skip over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Who gives
Yeah.
a shit? One movie that we haven't talked about that I think is going to be awesome, which is Batman vs Superman, and then the one movie that I really don't know about yet, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is going to be a lot better.
Suicide Squad is gonna be awesome.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
I have
don't
worries
even,
about
I don't
it.
even care
No.
about Suicide Squad. It has me so excited that it's like a bit different. It's going to be goofy. It's going to be like, oh, it's Will Smith. And then, like, that's all I want. That's what I want.
See, that's why that movie's going to do well, and that's also why it's going to be bad.
yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
because Will Smith.
Well,
Hey, at least it's not Jaden
See, I don't have a
Smith.
problem with Will Smith, but the fact is that he's
Oh, okay.
playing...
I thought you were about to say you don't have
Oh,
a problem
no, no.
with Jaden
Oh,
Smith. I'm like,
outside...
okay, let's go to Jaden
Outside-
Smith's Twitter for a
outside of-
little bit.
we'll find a reason.
Outside of Karate Kid, I do. But Will Smith is playing Deadshot, and then he's really just playing Will Smith. Like,
Well, I mean,
it's
I don't
really...
have a problem.
that's to be expected from him.
Yeah.
Like,
But then why
that's-
would you hire him to play Deadshot?
why would you hire Jared Leto as Joker?
Because if anyone's going to pull it off after Heath Ledger, I think it's Jared Leto.
Jared Leto is going to be an awesome Joker. I
just want
loved the way
Jared
the
Leto
Joker
just because it'll be a lot different.
looked at the end of that.
It'll just
And it's not like he's going to be in a large
Right.
portion of the movie. He's only going to be there for the Harley Quinn like flashback.
Yes, but I don't
Is
want
that
him
true?
to be. I don't want him to be
Uh,
popular, so he shows up in the next Batman movie. I do not want that to happen.
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna
definitely.
show
Shut
up
up.
in the next Batman movie.
But no, I thought.
Why? So who would you have for Joker?
I don't
instead,
know. I'm not
Kenny?
on the recruiting team. I don't spend 8 hours a day, a full year trying to look at names to recruit people. But I would pick Jared Leto.
I think he's gonna be great.
Have you heard what the going fan theory is for about the Joker in the
No.
new series?
What's-
Because he's so much younger than Bruce Wayne, it's kind of weird. So they're saying he might be Jason Todd, and not like the original Joker. I love that idea.
I like that theory.
Um,
I like that theory.
and I thought he was gonna be the villain in Suicide Squad. That's what they seem to be going with, but is that not true?
Not
I
sure.
don't think
No,
so.
I don't know.
I mean, they could, but I thought it was just he was
Oh.
like a side character to just kind of move Harley Quinn's
I did too.
plot along a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I had been
Well, then
led to understand.
that's another problem
Um,
for
I-
me with the movie. Then there's just too many characters. Like
Yeah.
already
Well-
in the Suicide Squad, there's 2 or 3 characters that you really are gonna have to care about, and then all the
Well,
rest
that's
are
the
gonna
thing. I've read Suicide Squad, and the whole point of that is they have the big names, they have the Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But they have those lesser known because throughout that whole movie, a lot of them are going to probably die. Like they have a lot of characters, but by the end of the movie, a lot of those could be gone for whatever reason. So, like to me, I understand that. Yeah, it seems like a lot of characters they're showing, but I just know that that's just fodder for them to kill off throughout the movie. Even like it'll be like meaningless deaths that in the end they won't really be too impactful because they know that it's not huge
Right.
consequence if Captain Boomerang dies or something like that. I mean,
So it's gonna be like X-Men Origins.
What's up, Thug?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Um,
essentially.
that theory, the Jason,
I think it'll still be great.
the Jason Todd theory, I actually did hear that. And did you hear the reasoning why? The possible crossover.
Well, because I mean the trailer for Batman vs Superman had the Jason Todd Robin costume. It had
Just Joker hand.
Jason Todd.
Yeah,
Joker
so
handwriting
all
on
of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, which I mean, I'll admit that's pretty cool. If they tied that together, that's pretty cool.
I'd be a fan. That'd be really awesome.
Absolutely. I don't know how I'd feel about knowing who the Joker is, because I mean that's a big thing. Except for I guess they just revealed who the Joker is in the comics. Spoilers.
What? I
Yeah.
need to read the comics now.
Yeah, it was just in the last run of Batman, I believe, that they revealed his identity. I do want to move on
Yeah.
to the next topic, but before I do, 2016 has Deadpool, Batman vs Superman, Captain America: Civil War, X-Men: Apocalypse, Suicide Squad: Gambit, and Doctor Strange. From each of you, which one of those do you think is going to be the best of them all? 2016 best superhero movie. Call it.
Suicide
Deadpool.
Squad, and that's the only one I care about out of those.
Best or most successful?
Best for me,
best
yeah.
in your opinion.
Civil War.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Civil War will be the
Alright.
best movie.
Kenny?
Batman Superman's going to be the
Civil War will
highest
be good.
selling movie by far.
Yeah, Deadpool, definitely Deadpool.
I think Captain America will beat Batman
Really?
vs Superman.
I don't
absolutely
know,
do.
man. It's hard. Batman fighting Superman
Marvel
is a
has
pretty
a
big deal.
better role on
Yeah,
this.
and plus,
I
did you
think-
see
but-
the unofficial trailer for it? The one with
Yes.
the Always Sunny in Philadelphia Nightman music playing over it.
No, I haven't seen that yet. I
No?
have it saved somewhere. I have the link saved somewhere.
Look it up. It is
Yeah.
beautiful. Anyone listening, you have to look that up if you're an Always Sunny fan.
I think Batman vs Superman is going to be my favorite of the year.
What a shock.
But I do think Captain America is going to do better box office. Like just my personal opinion. Well, let's move on to the next topic.
Yes.
Mike, why don't you give us a rundown
Okay,
on what
so
your topic
I want
is.
to hear what everyone thinks about and what the outcome, what's going to happen with this highly regarded and awaited Final Fantasy VII remake that's finally coming. Finally, official announcement at E3. I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan, so I'm pretty psyched about it. And a lot of people are afraid about what they're going to change or anything, story elements or battle system or whatever.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of all in. I want to see what they do with it. And I don't want it to be exactly the same with just like upgraded visuals and stuff, because that's boring.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
I might finally actually play a Final Fantasy game to
Oh
completion.
wow!
Which, that'll be fun.
Get with the times, Ben.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I just don't care. I don't have fun playing those games. I understand that people love those games, and I understand that they're highly regarded. I just don't have fun playing them.
It's because he's not
It's
good
just-
at them.
Me personally. There's not even that. I was fine at them. I just get bored.
Too much rating?
I don't even know what it is. It's just I don't know.
The worst part, really, that you usually have to get over or like deal with is like grinding. Like that's always the worst thing. But beyond that, like the story usually just pulls you along, and
Yeah, but
in most
compared-
cases they're really good.
Compared to games today, the grinding in that seems like nothing.
Oh yeah,
I mean, look at
Compared to
Destiny,
Destiny.
prime example. If you've been grinding in Destiny,
Mhm.
man, Final Fantasy VII grinding is a breeze.
It's true.
Like,
Good point.
come on,
A lot more reward
Yep.
for the grind.
and a
Is that
lot
what you're
less
saying?
grinding.
Well, I mean, who knows? Now, being older and playing some more of these games, I might actually enjoy playing Final Fantasy VII. It's just, and I am excited because the game, it looks like it'll probably
Yeah.
be beautiful, and I'm glad that they're finally listening to what people want.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to see the game.
oh yeah,
for
it's
like
gonna
5
be a
years.
while.
We've got time.
yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the game's gonna look. It's definitely gonna look beautiful. I'm most concerned with is the only thing I don't want them to touch too much is the actual combat engine. Like, that is Final Fantasy VII. That is one of, like, the story is beautiful as well, but with the story and the combat engine, that's what makes Final Fantasy VII. And if you change it, like, I don't know. I want that turn-based game. And again, I don't know why you would change it, because today we don't have a lot of turn-based games left. That's so I think it'd be different
Right.
and refreshing, even though it's still the same combat system, because we will have be playing a different combat system than we have lately. So hopefully they don't touch it.
Well, sorry to break
Yeah.
the news to you, Kenny.
I haven't read anything lately.
They're probably very likely
It's-
going to
yeah.
drastically change the combat system.
I know.
And the thing is I'm of two minds about it. The combat system is dated, and I think if the style they've adapted FF7 to over time between like the new games and the movies and stuff, it's much more action oriented. So I see them going more of a 15 route or like a Kingdom Hearts route with the battle system. But personally, I think like it wouldn't be that hard to actually have both, and have you be able to select like classic battle and new battle.
Oh, that's
Like
nice.
right from the beginning of the game, like you should be able
So-
to choose, and they can adapt all the material to work on both systems. And like, it's a wish. It's probably not going to
That
happen.
would be
but-
amazing, because I'd probably play it twice.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely would play it twice.
I'm a
So I am reading a little bit of information here from. So I guess the game director Tetsuya Nomura spoke with official PlayStation Magazine, and Nomura was saying that the changes to the battle system are going to be dramatic, although they won't change the game so much that fans are left looking at something completely different. Don't expect a Final Fantasy VII shooter, but it does sound like they are going to be changing up the battle
Yeah.
system a lot.
I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, quite a big Final Fantasy fan, and I have to kind of agree with Mike that if they revamp the play style to be more action oriented, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to call them out and be like, this isn't Final Fantasy VII, because when I get a remake, I'm expecting that. If I wanted to stick with the classic and see how it was back then, I'll buy Final Fantasy VII now that it's available. I'll buy it on the PS4, I'll buy it on the PC version, and I'll play that. I want something different. Same with story. If a certain particular character at a certain point in that story doesn't die instead of dying, I'll be perfectly fine with it because I want to see what the different vision of Tetsuya Nomura and whoever else is working on the game. I want to see something different. I know there's going to be the purists out there that are like, oh, that person, I don't know if it's a spoiler now because they're redoing the game and everything, but if that person doesn't die, then I'm going to get the pitchforks ready and, stuff like that. It's just, I want to see something different. I've played Final Fantasy VII before as a diehard fan, which I think this remake is going for. I kind of want to see something different. I just don't want to see a pretty version of what I played before. I want to see something different.
That's interesting.
All right.
I don't think they're going to change any of the specific story stuff. I think they're going to add stuff to it to make it fit better to like Advent Children and to Dirge of Cerberus. But what I am worried about them doing is, for instance, the cross-dressing section. That will be interesting to see, like on PS4. Amazing graphics.
They need to keep that stuff in.
They need to keep it, but I'm wondering how they're going to treat it.
They need Cloud riding a dolphin. They need these certain key points. They need these key points that are hilarious that I've always dreamt of seeing in nice full HD. And if they take those out or change it, then I'd be upset.
I'll be very, very upset. Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about with Final Fantasy VII?
Right.
Or shall we move on?
I'm ready for it 10 years from now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge project.
For PlayStation 7.
Yep.
For PlayStation
it's the next Final
7.
Fantasy 15. It's just going
to
take forever.
Rolling along.
Oh, God. All right. So before we move on to the next topic, I just want to remind everyone that we are trying to raise $5,000 for Children's Miracle Network hospitals through Extra Life this year. We will be doing a 24-hour live stream on November 7th to the 8th. If you're in the Bay Area, we're actually holding a big live event at a place called D20 Games in Alameda. So if you're in the area, definitely take a stop by. We're going to be playing lots of games, hosting lots of shows, and there are going to be a bunch of cool prizes for you guys to take away, including, I don't actually have it next to me like I usually do, including a PlayStation 1, original PlayStation 1, in complete 100% working order with a controller, signed by the entire cast of the Kinda Funny, everything Kinda Funny.
Pretty awesome.
So we're talking Greg Miller, Nick Scarpino, Tim Geddes.
I do want that. I don't know if I can have a spot to get it, but I want it.
So the way you enter is just by donating to any of the Nerdy Nights. You can go to www.nkrn.org/extralife, and you can kind of see everything that we're doing, as well as go to any of the pages to donate to us. For every $5 that you donate, gets you one raffle ticket. And the night of the 7th, I will be drawing a random name out of a hat, one of your raffle tickets, and that will decide if you get the PlayStation 1 or not. So that's going to be really cool. And like I said, we're trying to raise $5,000 this year, and we're hoping that you guys can help us. So make sure to join in on that. That's going to be fun. Kenny's going to try to be out here for it. We're going to probably have Sam out here for it. So they're going to be a bunch of the Nerdy Nights all in one place together, throwing this awesome event. So that's my plug for the day. And I'm going to jump into my topic, and then we'll close out the night with Austin's topic. My topic is kind of silly, but all day at work today, I was talking with my partner, and we just kept talking about what we would do if we had a time machine. Okay? I know it's kind of silly to talk about, but I, for one, was bringing up the fact that if people knew I had a time machine and they knew that I did not go back in time to kill Hitler, I feel like I'd be judged all the time. But I feel like killing Hitler might, like, if I killed Hitler, maybe, like, Mecha Hitler all of the sudden forms and does, like, even worse things than Hitler did. So I wouldn't want to kill Hitler, but I'm not sure I would actually really want to time travel either, just because I'd be terrified that I'd change something. So I kind of wanted to hear what you guys' opinions on time travel is, because, you know, we're so close. We're so close to being able to time travel and all.
Well, the real question is, when would you kill Hitler? Because would you kill Hitler like on the early onsets of the war or later on? Because most of our technology today has been influenced from World War II. And if you killed Hitler early on and you had a time machine, would that not then make the time machine not exist to where you couldn't go back to kill Hitler?
See, there's just too much to think about. So Kenny, I'm assuming would you kill Hitler? Would you go back
if I had
and
a
kill
chance
Hitler?
to.
You would find that perfect time and just go.
Yeah, I mean it's all outweighing what do you think should have happened that shouldn't have happened. I personally would have killed Hitler early on, but that's just me.
Oh, so even so, technology be damned. We're just gonna kill Hitler.
Yeah, after World War I.
How early are you talking? Like, you would have somehow finagled a way to be the nurse there.
Maybe
Hitler. I
wouldn't
go that far because, I mean, World War I happened for complex reasons, and I think if that hadn't happened, even an even worse World War would have happened. But you want to kill him maybe on like the battlefields of World War I to make it look like he was killed in battle and not that he was assassinated. So that way, nobody gets mad about it because, oh, he just died in war. So I think that'd be the perfect way to kill Hitler.
In war. Okay. How about you, Mike? Do you kill Hitler, or do you let him be?
Man, you know, it's hard to say that you wouldn't kill Hitler.
But he's going to.
I wouldn't kill Hitler.
But if I've learned anything from Doctor Who, there are fixed points in the timeline, and you can't alter them. So I don't know if you can actually go and affect Hitler's life, because it would create a butterfly effect, and you don't know what it would affect in the future. You might end up in a really
that's even more than just a butterfly.
But you know what?
It's like
the one thing that you should learn from Doctor Who is that yes, there are fixed points in time, and you shouldn't mess with them. But he does it anyway. So you might as well just do it.
Well, I guess you have to be a Time Lord first.
Hey. How about you, Austin? Do you
I love how the topic went from time machines to would you kill Hitler? But
well, we're gonna go back into the time machine.
Well, it goes back to
this was one of the first things we talked about today.
It goes back to my whole general theory of time machines, and I would not.
Austin Perna has a theory on time machines.
It's just general theory. You haven't gone into the specifics.
He's
writing a book.
If I had a time machine in front of me, I'm not going back in time at all. I don't want to. I don't want to see any of that. If I wanted to, I'd open up a history book. I'm going forward. I'm never going back. I'm just going forward. And I don't want to make any bad decisions in the past that affects the future or changes the future or the present. I just want to go in the future. I'm more interested in seeing what's in the future. I don't care about the past.
He's saying, "Fuck you guys."
I don't want to know anything about the future.
Yeah, seriously, I'm heading this way, going forward.
I wouldn't go too far though. You don't want to go too far.
No, die super quickly or something.
Well, you don't want to go too far because then you don't know, like, technology's too different, and then you're just an old guy in a young person's body, and. Who knows what's happened, you know? Like,
really, I mean, like, the way that medicine's going, you're going to be able to live forever in the next 50 years anyways. So just go ahead 50 years and see if they've created something to to push the expanse of human lifetimes tenfold.
I would go about 15 years, and that'd be it. And I'd be good.
Oh.
10, 15 years.
I'd say that'd be a pretty safe distance. Watch you go forward 10, 15 years, and the entire world's just this giant
the world's
wasteland. And you're
It's
like,
Fallout.
Well,
I guess
yeah,
I'm going back.
I'm
I don't
going
know
back
what
about
happened.
50 now, so I can live a life before that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna grab my kids, gonna grab my wife, gonna grab my family, gonna grab everyone, pile them
We're going
into
back to the
time
80s.
machine, and just go on back. Yeah.
1985. Back to the Future time.
That's right.
Yep. So the next thing that I asked is what you would do if you had a time machine, and I had like one of two things that I would do. I would just want to go watch events, or I would really want to fuck with people at these events. Like, go back in time to the day the Hindenburg crashes, and as I'm watching it take off, lean to the person next to me and say, I have a feeling that thing's just going to crash and burn, and then leave. And then, like, go to, like, Ford Theater on the night Abraham
That's just
Lincoln's
cruel,
assassinated
Ben.
and be like, man, I bet this show's going to end with a bang, and then just leave again. And, you know, just do shit like that to, like, all of these really pivotal moments in
But
history.
you really want to
Go
do it
to
like,
the-
like
just
cliche style. Like, you want to be Deadpool without
absolutely.
the powers.
essentially
Go to
Yeah.
the iPhone 1
I mean, come
launch
on.
event with an iPhone 6.
Yeah. God, that'd be so fantastic. No, I mean, come on. You wouldn't have fun doing something like that? Like, sit in the parade where JFK is assassinated and be like, I have a
Oh
bad
my
feeling
God.
about this, guys.
That's pretty dark, Ben.
Oh my god.
No, if I do anything to stop it, I would just watch it and fuck with people's minds and tell them it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That one, I'd have to make sure to get out, like, really quickly, though. Because if,
Yeah,
like,
people are
if
gonna
I
think
said
you
that,
planned
and
it.
then, you know...
That's gonna happen with all the events he just
Yeah,
said. Like,
exactly.
right now in time, like in the 2010s, someone's gonna look back at all these events and see pictures with Ben everywhere. They're gonna hunt him down.
Who is this man?
He must be. He's the connection to everything. He has to be involved. Conspiracy theory.
Yep, that's me. Everything is my fault. Hashtag blame Ben. But so what would you guys do? What would you guys do if you had a time machine?
I don't know.
I'd go back
I
to the iPhone 1 launch event with an
Nobody?
iPhone 6.
That would be an awesome troll. I have to say.
I don't know. I'd probably do the obvious ones. Go
Yeah.
invest in Apple. Invest in Microsoft.
Invest in Google.
Google. Yeah. All the obvious, the big ones. Not and just
Essentially, come back
just
a
don't
billionaire.
do a bunch in each one. Like, do little amounts in each one, so it's not super obvious. It's not going to affect anything crazily. It's just going to be this weird anomaly where one guy really picked all the right places to put a little bit of money.
Maybe do something like crazy, like invest in Sega right before
Genesis.
the Dreamcast.
That would be crazy.
You know.
Before the Dreamcast?
You're crazy, man. No, I've got a feeling. See, I think I'd go back.
right before the Wii,
Just to-
and then take it all out again right after the Wii.
Yeah.
I'd go back and tell Nicolas Cage to take a couple more years of acting lessons. That's what I would do. I'd be doing the world a huge favor on that point.
Would you kill Nickelback? That's the real question. Not would you kill Hitler? Would you destroy Nickelback?
And the reasoning for that is everyone needs someone to hate. And why not hate Nickelback? I mean, it's just giving us our release.
They're not. They're the band we deserve.
We would just
it's
have
not the one
another.
we need right
So I mean,
Sure.
just let them
Good
play.
point.
Let them play on that shitty music.
now. How about you, Austin? What would you do? What would you do with a time machine?
Again, I wouldn't go back. So I would just essentially do what you guys would do, where you'd go back with your iPhone 6 when the iPhone 1 launches. But I would go forward, and assuming I can come back, I would just bring important knowledge or tech back from the future to present, because this is the time I care about. And I'll be
Like
like,
an
look,
almanac,
this is
right?
what we're gonna do. Let's do it now and fuck up future timeline or whatever. But yeah, that's what I would do. I want to be like, this is what we
Jesus.
can do. This is what we can. Let's get to work on this. Whatever.
Screw those
that
guys in
could
the
be.
future.
Yeah.
I'm worried about me now.
Yeah. So, so future people, if you see Austin,
Kill on sight.
you might want to just stop
No,
him there.
Also, I've also thought about this. This is something I've talked about with time travel with one of my friends or whatever. I want to. I always thought it would be cool to be. I'm not a good comedian, like at all. I'm not a comedian, right? But I would go back in time, and not far back in time, but take any popular comedian, learn the jokes or write the jokes down, like from today's time, go back in time, and I have this, like, I could, their whole career, all their jokes. Take Jerry Seinfeld, Bo Burnham, whoever I choose, I'll have all their jokes, and I can just live their life, get rich off of that, be popular or whatever. That's what I would do. It's weird. That's my roundabout way of being a celebrity, is learning a comedian's lifestyle. And
So you would literally become the best comedian to ever live, and you would burn every other comedian's life down.
Sure. Like,
All at
I've
once.
thought about it. I like Bo Burnham. If I had the music skill and could just learn all his sets and just go back 5 years before he would perform them and just essentially live that life, then I would.
Man.
I would do it.
See now,
So Shiny, I have to ask you. You're in the chat. What would you do with a time machine? While you tell me, I'm gonna let you talk because.
well, I was gonna say, what would be even funnier is if you built your wealth on something else, and you still went back, got all the jokes, and you just trolled one comedian for his entire life. Whether it's showing up at a gig where he wrote the new joke and he's about to perform it, and he's standing up and he's like, "Oh well, I guess what next? We're gonna hear a joke about condoms," and that's the next joke he had for his set.
He
He's
just
like,
he just freezes and panics.
you do one of his
So
jokes.
essentially, exactly what I would do with the Hindenburg.
Just
one
one
comedian.
specific comedian. And then you can post a video of you doing one of his jokes 2 days before he performs it, on a live television show, and be like, "What'd you do? Steal this joke from this obscure video on YouTube?" And completely just troll them their entire lives.
Well, then I would pick a comedian I hate.
God,
I don't
that's
know.
hilarious.
Dane Cook. Oh, God, Dane Cook. People who know me in my personal life know that I hate Dane Cook. It's so bad.
I think that describes a lot of people.
No, but
I
unusually
agree.
hate him so much. It's
Oh, okay. Like if you saw
Oh.
him, so you probably hate Dane Cook in the same way
J-
I hate Matthew
JFK.
Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
He hates
What
Matthew.
did he do?
Yeah.
What did he do to
Nothing.
you?
He did
In all
nothing.
honesty,
He's a nice
if I-
guy. That's why Ben
it's
hates
on my
him.
bucket list.
He's a nice
If-
guy.
It's
He
on
hates
my bucket
nice
list.
people.
I want to punch Matthew
Yeah,
Broderick.
because
in the
he's
face.
nice and he's a good actor, and Ben doesn't like that out of people.
He's not a good actor. He's not.
Uh,
I don't understand.
Okay. All right, Austin. What the hell topic did you bring to the table? Unless anyone else has things they want to add about time machines.
No, I'm good.
Ferris, fuck you.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
Austin,
know
what's
why
your
we're ending
topic?
it on my topic, because depending on what kind of people you guys are, it could get different mileage out of it. But I wanted to just know, in general, not your opinions on freemium games, as the term is, but I want to know, what of those type of games have you probably spent the most time on? What's the most amount of money you've probably have spent on a freemium game? Have you ever even paid 99 cents to disable ads on a free app or something like that? And how much time have you think?
Oh, I can tell you I do that I get mad when apps don't have the disable ads for 99
Wait,
cents
you
option.
actually do that?
Oh,
my
absolutely. I don't want to see that
It's
shit.
it's $1 just so you don't see ads. Really? I don't understand.
It's $1.
It's an
It's
ad
not that much money.
that you're not even looking at.
It's technically a game developer that if you're playing their game for that long that you enjoy it, you should probably support them in some way, even if it's just $1 to get rid of their ads.
So, I mean, are we talking fiscal year with how much money I've spent?
Yeah.
Or
Have you spent enough
Sure.
that you have to break it down by fiscal year?
Yeah, you got
or all time? Because if we're going by fiscal year or all time, it's 0. I've never spent a dime.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure there's a game out. I mean, would you count the Comixology app as in-app purchases?
Talking about
'Cause if
games,
so,
like Candy
I've
Crush.
spent. Oh, okay. Just games.
You
No,
lost,
I don't think I've really ever.
you lost the
spent-
video there. Oh, we're back. All right.
I think I've put like $5 into Marvel Heroes. Beyond that, I don't think I've ever spent anything. And I play Final Fantasy Record Keeper and Fallout Shelter daily, every day.
See,
And I've never spent any money.
Yeah.
Fallout Shelter, I stopped playing because I can't sleep for 8 hours, and
Yeah, I know.
come back
That
to it
got me
without
too.
like having to rebuild my population back up and fight fires, literally.
Really?
I don't. Yeah. Like every single time I'd wake back up in the morning and check the app, or if I didn't check it while I was at work for one day, my entire vault
I
was
have never
neither.
had
was
that issue.
completely
I've-
trashed. Like
Well,
I
I've
come
had-
back and everyone had radiation. Like 30 people had radiation down to like 75% of their health was radiated. Like
You're having a
at
water
that
problem
point-
then.
But the app was closed.
Yeah, I've had that.
Did you completely close
Yes.
the app? Like, to the
Yeah.
point where you force closed it?
I don't even
Because
do that.
I haven't opened my Fallout Shelter app in at least a week. I'm opening it right now just to kind of take a look to see what it looks like.
And oh
But
shit, everyone's dead.
I've gone a couple of days without doing anything.
Everyone's dead, Ben.
I've gone a couple days
They're all
without doing
dead.
anything and not had any issues.
No, I
No,
had that
I've-
same problem.
Yeah.
I've never had any issues like that. I've read about how some people like get just bombarded with rad roaches or like raiders and stuff. But I mean, I've looked at how people build their places, like good strats and stuff, and mine's nothing like that. I've never had any issues with any disasters. Like I'm at like 150 dwellers now. I have a couple level 50s. Like almost everyone, like I'm training everyone up to have all their special stats maxed out. Like, it's a really easy game, really. It's just a time commitment.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. I think, like, I might have spent some on the Injustice app.
Oh, I played that.
Yeah, no, I just opened the app. Everyone's completely healthy. I have everything I
Lucky
need.
you.
And although I am collecting a bunch of shit and leveling.
I pretty much
people
wake up
all
in the
of a sudden.
morning and collect all the stuff that's accumulated, all the level ups and everything, and then I'll move people around that are maxed out.
Oh, there are some raiders.
and then at
attacking,
night, I'll actually
but-
like sit down and like strategize and play stuff, and then I'll pick it up again the next morning. That's pretty much what I do every day.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I don't have any issues. How about you, Austin? I mean, is there anything that you've spent money on?
I generally do not put money towards those kinds of games just because, to me, a lot of the freemium kind of games that I do end up playing, they're kind of like fad games. And I understand, like, oh, even if you spend a week with it, if you put $1 towards it, you're supporting the developers. But I'm also like, it's $1. I don't want to do it. I'm going to stop playing in like a week. Like, I don't know. I'm weird about that kind of thing. The closest that I'm getting to as of now, though, I started getting into Hearthstone a couple months
man.
back. and I was devoted.
Okay. I have put some into
And
that
like it's a
game.
slippery slope if that's considered a freemium. I mean, technically, I guess it is, but I got into it about a couple of months
It is
ago,
a freemium.
and then I stopped because I was finishing up school, then had to get a job, and then moving and stuff. And now, just today, I was like, I really want to start getting back into it because they're gonna start release like a new expansion and stuff. And I was at the beginning, I was like, I'm not gonna put any money towards it. I'm gonna do it all in-game currency, whether it's the adventures, the cards and stuff. And I was gonna do all that with in-game currency. But I'm looking at all of the stuff that I'm still like missing, and I'm like, man, it wouldn't be too hard to just throw some money towards this and kind of get a boost back into relevancy before this expansion comes out. And that would probably be the first. I don't want to say the first because I assume I'm forgetting something, but probably the first thing where it's all free, completely free, but I'm actually like, I want to put money towards this.
I mean, that one's a game where you can even buy the expansions with in-game currency. It's going to take you a really, really long time to get to that point, but you can actually go and buy it with the in-game currency.
Yeah, I like
find cool.
that option.
Blizzard knows how to do it. Blizzard knows their shit.
They've always done well.
So, is that all we have to talk about with the freemiums?
All the freemiums.
All of them.
All the freemiums.
Candy Crush is the devil.
All right. Let's go. Yes, it is. That's exactly it. Hashtag Candy Crush is the devil. I'm just gonna post when I post this to iTunes and to the website. I'm just going, instead of putting a description, I'm just gonna use all the hashtags that were used in the chat as the description. So it'll be like hashtag watch JFK die, hashtag not a Time Lord, you know, all that stuff. We're just gonna that's gonna be the.
It'll give a basic
it.
kind of explanation of what the show, where the show went.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening and doing whatever it is you do to get your Nerdy Night Radio on. Remember, you can follow us all on Twitter. I am at BRidiculous. What does that sound?
Keep going.
Is that God?
The voice of God.
It's come to spite us for all of our time traveling endeavors.
Yeah, right. I'm at BRidiculous. Kenny is at Sweet Baby Kenny. Mike is at Make5, M-A-I-K-V.
Mike V, but Mike is spelled like Japanese, so it's M-A-I-K. I wish I could change it. I can't.
Regret.
Why can't you change it?
I can change it? I think I've tried before.
I think
On
you can
Twitter?
change it, yeah.
I think it's because my name is taken.
You can
and I can't make it the
absolutely
name I
change it.
want.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Once I'm big enough, I can go and try and fight for it.
There you go.
You don't have to be that big to go and try to fight
don't.
for it, FYI. But
Yeah, my name's already taken.
no, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Austin is at BubmanXIV.
Yes.
And you can follow the podcast at nerdy_nights. Remember to visit our website, www.nkrn.org, for everything Nerdy Nights related. And be sure to tune in on this channel for Nightly Novels, the new comic book podcast that we have starting this Thursday at about, I think it was 7 p.m. I have to double check with Amanda, but follow me on Twitter. You'll see when it's happening. Our first book that we're doing for Comic Book Club is Forever Evil, the DC event that happened, I think, actually just last year. So it'll be fun. So tune in for that. And remember, this show, the Nerdy Night Radio Show, is on every Monday at 7:30 Pacific Time. We record live on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/ridiculous rants. And like I said, we're live at 7:30 Pacific Time. You can also catch the show on iTunes and on YouTube just a few days after the live show airs. And that is it. Guys, it has been a nerdy night. And I think that ends it for us. Have a good night.